Hello, and welcome to Verbaling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. Today in this class we're going to conclude our little mini-series looking at root or base words and affixes, which is simply a word which means prefixes at the beginnings of words, set syllables, sets of letters at the beginnings of words are prefixes, and at set small parts of words at the ends of sentences are suffixes. So today we'll be concluding by looking at all of these things and testing ourselves a little bit. We'll do a little work with prefixes. We'll do a little work with altering root words to fill in the blank sentences, and we'll do a little work, hopefully, with identifying some roots. A little bit all over the place. Lots of exercises which we will talk about as we go along. And hopefully the object would be to learn some of these prefixes, suffixes, and root words, which can help us to identify vocabulary we're not familiar with. Okay. Well, hello, Halen. Welcome to the class.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing okay today. How are you?
Very well.
Okay. Okay. I had to think about that. I am very well. Okay. Be careful using good and well. Okay. Do you know the difference between good and well?
Yes, I know. Good is like a qualification. Well is an adjective. It's a adverb.
There you go. Good is an adjective, and well is an adverb. So well modifies usually he runs well. Okay, I'm talking about how he runs, the verb. But okay, yeah, good is okay. I guess you can be well. I am well. Okay, no problem. All right.
Anyway, my day was a long day. I was working from 6 a.m.
Oh yeah, 6 a.m. to when?
To 7 p.m.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, congratulations. It's over. Okay. Let me also welcome Carlos. Hi, Carlos.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. And welcome to the class. And hello to Carolina.
Hello, teacher.
Carolina. Hello. Okay. Let's get started. Let's jump in. I've got just a ton of material. We're never going to get through it all in one class. It's not possible. So we're going to start off nice and easy, looking at some prefixes, and then we're going to gradually get more and more challenging as the class goes on. I guarantee that. But we're going to start looking at some simple prefixes. Here we go. Let me do a screen share. Before we get started, let me quickly welcome Francisco to the class. Hi, Francisco.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do a number of different kinds of exercise to look at prefixes, suffixes, both together, and also root words. The first exercise is fairly straightforward. We are going to use prefixes to create opposite or antonym meanings for these verbs. Should be a piece of cake, I hope. Okay, Halen, wrap.
Okay. Wrap. I don't remember what means wrap. Okay, wrap. Okay, so what I have to use?
Okay, well, let me demonstrate. Wrap, first of all, it means you wrap a gift. You put paper around it and tie a bow. Maybe Maybe your fishmonger wraps the fish in newspaper, whatever. So what is the opposite of wrap is the idea. What's the okay. Well, the opposite would be unwrap.
Okay.
So we add the prefix un. That's it. So there's a number of prefixes that create the opposite meaning of words. And that's what we're doing here in this exercise, creating the opposite meaning of the verb. Wrap, you put paper around it. Unwrap, you take the paper off. That's it. Okay. All right. Carlos, use.
Okay, use. Let me see. Unuse?
That's it.
Or,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. That's it. All right. Pretty straightforward. Carolina? It's not always on. Agree. It's the opposite of agree. Disagree. All right. So, okay, here's another very common prefix that creates an opposite meaning. Un, dis. Francisco, engage.
Engage.
Yeah. What's the opposite of the verb?
Engage, maybe break or.
No. All we're doing, okay, you've got to understand what a prefix is. Prefix, we take the root word, we use exactly the same root word, wrap, and we add something in front of it, couple 2 or 3 letters. Wrap, unwrap. Un is the prefix. That's all we're doing. So the word will be exactly the same. All right? So you're going to use the word engage. What do you put in front of it to create an opposite meaning?
Maybe unengage or disengage are the most common.
Disengage is it. That's it. Disengage. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, Halen, behave. What is the opposite?
Behave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There is unbehave or misbehave.
There you go. Miss. There is another common prefix that we use to create an opposite meaning. The children are behaving, the children are misbehaving. Totally opposite meanings. Alrighty. Carlos, understand.
Misunderstand.
Of course. Okay, total opposite meaning. Carolina, fold.
Unfold?
That's it.
I don't know, teacher.
That's it.
Oh my god.
Fold, unfold. You fold the paper, you unfold the paper. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Don't overthink it. Okay. Francisco, spell. What is the opposite?
Misspell.
That's it. You got it. Oh, is it with 2 S's? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Halen, connect.
Disconnect.
Very good. Okay. Disconnect. We became disconnected on the phone. Okay. And last one in this little group here, Carlos, close.
Close. Unclose?
That's a weird one, huh? Close. Unclose?
Unclose.
I don't know. Unclose? I guess so. Unclose. Is that a word?
I don't know. I've never heard it before.
Unclose? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. No, not unclose. I think this is a trick, Carlos. What would the
Okay.
opposite be? Declose, misclose.
I don't know. I never heard that.
I never either.
A
Either.
breakfast of clothes.
Okay. Okay, it's a trick. The opposite would be open, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Okay. Just threw that one in there to. Uh,
Teacher, well,
yeah.
talking about close or open, but close is to when something is nearby me.
That is an adjective. We are definitely looking
Okay,
at
okay.
verbs, the exercise.
Okay, they're
So,
verbs. Okay.
yes, it can be used as an adjective. You are correct. Okay. The point to that last little trick there was to show you that there's not always a prefix that creates a negative meaning. Frequently,
Okay.
not always. Okay. All right. Let's go on to another exercise where, okay, you guys are going to have to figure out. You're going to put the words which are in brackets after the sentence. In the case of number 1 here, the word is child. Okay, what prefixes, beginning of words, or suffixes, or both, maybe one, maybe the other, maybe both, are you going to add to the base or root word in order to fill in the blank to create a correct sentence? Carolina, number 1.
Just a childish.
Very
He was acting in a very childish way.
That's it. Very good. So we're taking the noun child and adding ish to create an adjective. That's it. That's exactly the idea. Okay, very good. Good job. Francisco, number 2.
Um,
Word
she
is
looked she looked unhappy. She
that's
started
it.
to cry.
Okay, here we're adding a prefix un. Okay, so un can be used, we already saw, as a prefix for verbs. It can also be a prefix for adjectives to create an opposite meaning. Great. Very good. Halen, number 3.
Um, he passes. He passed his exam. He was unsuccessful for the second time.
This is weird, huh? He
Yeah, it
passed.
sounds weird now.
It does, because of the context, not because of you.
It's positive.
Yeah, he passed his exam. Yeah, okay. That's weird. Weird sentence. I don't know. So it's positive. It has to be successful, right?
Yeah.
For the second time. You were okay. You were on the right track, but it's a weird sentence. Sorry, it doesn't really make sense. It would make sense if we got rid of for. Here, that makes it better. He was successful the second time. Okay. Get rid of for there. All right. Carlos, number 4. Speaking of 4.
The team that he supported were able to win the championship.
Okay. Championship. Okay. Occasionally we will add a suffix to create another noun. Champion is a noun. Well, actually, it could be a verb as well, but all right. Okay, we can add a suffix to create another noun form. Carolina, number 5.
I couldn't find any weakness
Very good.
in his theory.
Okay. All right. Here we're creating a noun from an adjective form. All right. Usually the root or base words usually root and base words are are nouns or verbs, one or the other. But this is a good example of weak is definitely an adjective, and so as the root word is an adjective. So it does happen that roots can be adjectives as well. Okay, Francisco, number 6.
He wants to be a mathematician when he grows up.
Yeah, very good. Okay, excellent, good job. The CIAN, or just IAN sometimes, suffix often used to describe a noun, a person. Electrician, mathematician, magician, beautician. Okay. Halen, number 7.
I don't know.
Well, okay, it's going to be a noun. We know that, right? Because we see the article a. Articles or demonstratives always precede a noun. Okay, can you think of any noun forms with a hand? No? Want some help? Let's see. See if your classmates have any idea. Any idea? Anybody else?
Yes, teacher, it could be helpful.
Indeed it could. Indeed it is, as a matter of fact. Handful. Okay, this is a little tricky here because we're looking at an idiomatic form. A handful of people means just a few people. A handful of something is, well, you can hold it in your hand. I don't know, 4, 5, 6. It's no specific amount. Okay. There you go. Exactly right. Very good. All right, Carlos, number 8.
The road was too narrow, so they had to. They had to. I don't know.
All right. Well, we're looking for what kind of word are we looking for? What word form? Noun, verb, adjective, adverb.
A verb.
Verb. It's got to be a verb with had to action it. Okay. So what is the verb of wide? To make something wider. Anybody?
Widen. I don't know.
Exactly. That is correct.
Widen.
To widen.
Okay.
Something is to make it wider. Earlier we saw an adjective and we had to change it into a noun. Here's an example of an adjective where we're changing into a verb by adding an en. This is another common suffix to create a shorten, widen, to create a verb. All right, Carolina, you're back. Carolina, number 9. Carolina, are you here?
Yes, teacher, I'm here. Sorry, my computer is frozen. Okay.
It's okay.
I think that you should consider your decision.
Yeah.
Considering past? Consider?
No.
Consider.
You should means in the future, okay? If we're using should, it's advice about the future, so it's definitely not going to be a past verb.
Okay.
If it's past with should, you have to use, or any modal, you have to use should have. If you're talking about in the past. Should have, could have, might have. that's how we use a modal to talk about the past. But, okay. Now, the idea here, here's a big clue. Carolina, I want you to consider it again. I know you've considered it once. I would like you to consider it again, is the idea.
Okay. I think that you should consider your decision.
Hmm.
I don't know, teacher.
Okay. Anybody else in class? Francisco?
Maybe I think that you should consider the decision.
Unconsider? No, no, no,
No, or disregard or something like that.
no. No. It's
Consider
no,
is think again.
think again. The key is again, and we're looking for a prefix. What
So reconsider.
There you go. What prefix means again every time? Turn, return. Okay. Okay. Renew. Re generally as a prefix always means again. So yes, very good, Halen. Reconsider. Reconsider your decision. Okay. Redo your hair. Okay. Do something once, do it again, you redo it. Right? So try to, remember that. It's a very, very super common prefix. Francisco, number 10.
Okay, teacher, but I can see the document.
Can't.
Okay. Okay. You need a combination.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good.
Motivation.
Combination of motivation, organization, and hard workation. Okay, to realize your dreams. All right, there you go. Combine the verb, creating a noun, combination. Combination. Okay, with the T-I-O-N, very common suffix. Okay, more of the same, different but the same. Okay. Let's take a look. Halen, can you start us off?
Okay. Again, it's the same.
Same idea. We're going to take the word here. Your word here is comfort. Okay. What prefixes or suffixes do you need to add to make it fit the sentence?
He was sitting comfortable.
Hmm?
How do you pronounce comfortable or
okay.
You say comfortable?
Comfortable. Yes, this is fairly common, especially with vowel and R in the middle of a word. Very common to drop a syllable like that. Okay, comfortable. Yes, this is, by the way, this particular word, comfortable, is a dead giveaway. No matter how good your English is, if you say comfortable, all English speakers will instantly know that you're not a native speaker, because no native English speakers say comfortable. British, Aussie, Canadian, American, doesn't matter. It's comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, but that's not the word we're looking for. Do you know what kind of word we're looking for? Because we're looking for a word that describes the way he was sitting. Remember we talked about this with well and good earlier? A little bit. Here we're trying to modify the verb, sitting. How was he sitting?
You can say comfortably.
Yes, we certainly can, and we certainly should. Comfortably. Yes, indeed. That is correct. Whoops, although I spelled it wrong, but there we go. Okay, comfortably. comfortably. Yes, that's it. Okay, so we needed an adverb. Finally, we have an adverb in the mix. Okay, Carlos. Next one. Here.
Okay.
Ah,
There was
tricky.
yeah, there was green light. Let me see. Green. There was
I did mention they're going to get more challenging. Okay. Okay. Now, obviously, you could just use there was a green light
green exactly, but
with nothing. But you know what? There is a suffix which is very common in English, which means kind of. How could I say kind of green light?
kind of green light.
Yeah, with one word. A sort of a kind of a almost a green light.
A special light.
Not quite green. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? And anybody in class?
I don't know. Maybe it could be greenish, teacher.
Excellent. Very good. You're good at this, Francesco. Yes, a greenish light.
Green.
Okay. And this is an interesting suffix, ish, because we can actually get away with, in English, adding this to an adjective to say kind of, sort of. Okay. It's
Teacher, I have a question. That
Sure.
suffix ish.
Yeah.
May you please remember what referred?
Sorry, could you rephrase your question?
What means ish?
Ish. It means sort of, kind of, almost. All right, a greenish light. It's not quite green, maybe a little blue. I'm not sure if it's really green. Okay. This is an interesting suffix because we can add it to basically, it's frequently added to colors, adjectives, but we can add it to other adjectives as well. Okay, she has a boyish figure, or it could be added to other nouns. Boy, a boyish figure. We can even really make up our own words, and we frequently do with this specific suffix. I don't know. It's kind of a longish, greenish fish. It's kind of long, but not really long. It's kind of green, but not really green. We can't be very specific. All right, when being very specific really doesn't describe it. So that's an interesting suffix there. We do our own create a word thing there. Okay, Carolina. Well, you got the same one.
Yes, teacher.
It's exactly the same. How crazy.
Yes. He was acting in a very childish way.
Okay. Is there another? Okay. I have to challenge you now. Childish, you already did, but this childish definitely fitted the one before. Fit the one before. Is there another suffix you could add that would also possibly be appropriate in this sentence, other than childish, to create another adjective using child?
I don't know, teacher.
Okay, well, let me introduce childlike.
Childlike.
Okay, here is another suffix very similar to ish. We frequently, native speakers might add like to another word to create our own adjective. Basically, in English, you're allowed to create your own adjectives whenever you feel like it, either by adding possibly ish or like or sometimes et or esque. Oh, it's a sort of okay. Let's see, esque. It's a sort of okay, macho-esque dance. I don't know, whatever. Okay, like, childlike, like a child is what it means. Some suffixes you literally can just take the suffix and put it in front of words, like able, charitable, able to be charitable, able to give charity. Able is, you can easily figure out the word it means, it has the ability to do something. Like is similar. Childlike, acting like a child. Okay, actually physically acting like a child, as opposed to childish, emotionally like a child. Childlike is like mentally really acting like a child. Okay, moving on. Francisco, number 4.
This word is very difficult to spell, and even worse, it's unpronounceable.
Okay, you got the word right, but could you pronounce it?
Unpronounceable.
Pronounce a null? No, not quite.
Not quite.
Unpronounced. Now I have to figure out how to spell it. Unpronounceable. Although I don't think.
Unpronounceable.
Unpronounceable. Wow, how ironic.
Yeah.
Unpronounceable.
Unpronounceable.
Bull. You need the B sound.
Oh, okay.
Unpronounceable.
Unpronounceable. Okay. Unpronounceable.
The word unpronounceable is unpronounceable.
Yeah, unpronounceable.
Wow. Life is so ironic sometimes. Unpronounceable. Okay.
It's very hard for me. Unpronounceable.
Yeah, I see that. Unpronounceable. There we go. Unpronounceable.
Yeah, that's an unpronounceable word. So I can
Apparently it is, yeah. Can work on that later. Wow, that was a challenging one. Okay. Halen, number 5.
Okay. Okay. He's lost his book again. I don't know where he has misplaced it. Misplaced it
Very good.
this time.
Okay. Exactly. All right. Perfect. All right. He's put it somewhere he shouldn't or misplaced it. Excellent. Carlos, number 6. This one's interesting.
You shouldn't have done that. It was very think. Okay, let me try this. You shouldn't have done that. It was very. I don't know. I don't understand the phrase or the.
Okay.
With think of you.
Okay. What do you think? To think is the verb. What is the noun of think?
Not think.
You have a what?
Very.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have a think. Oh, I just had a think. What do you say? I just had a...
Mm,
Are you stumped?
it
You
would
want some
be-
help?
I don't know. In my
Okay.
opinion, selfish. Sorry, it would be a bit,
Okay. That might
but
be a good
but
word.
I
There's
think,
another word that's a synonym of selfish, actually, is what we're looking for. We're very close. Not
but I
exactly.
don't know how
Okay.
to think.
Does anybody know the answer?
Uh, Maybe it could be a thinkable teacher.
Yes, it was very unthinkable of you. That's possible. That does fit. Yes. But there's another answer. What is the noun of think? Can anybody tell me that? I just had a what? I can't say I just had a think. What do I
Thought.
say? Thought. Thank you. Exactly. I just had a thought. So if you do something without thought, thoughtless. Okay. Thoughtless actually is very similar in meaning to selfish. If you do something thoughtless, you don't think about other people. You're basically, it doesn't mean you're not thinking at all. It means you're not thinking about other people, which is, in turn, selfish. So it's actually very similar to selfish if you do something thoughtlessly. So, okay, this is interesting because we see how sometimes a root will have different forms. This sometimes happens in English, not very often, really. But you may have think. Uh, okay, because the verb. Today I think. Yesterday I thought. Okay. Sometimes the root works, especially with a irregular verb. Sometimes the root works off the past tense version of the verb. So occasionally this kind of thing happens. All right. Good, interesting example. All right. Carolina. Oh, here it is again, the same one. Okay, skip that one. Let's go to 8. Number 8.
Okay. Some of the shanty towns are dreadfully, dreadfully crowded.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Dreadfully crowded.
Dreadfully crowded.
Okay. Here's another very super common form with ed or ing. Those are considered suffixes. Crowd, crowded, crowding. They are used to form adjectives, which you need to be careful of. I am bored. Bore is the verb,
Mhm.
is the root word, to bore someone. I am bored, add ed. It is boring. The class is boring. The movie is boring. Something else externally, ing. If you're describing yourself, ed. So, okay. So ed and ing are very common suffixes to create adjectives. Francisco, number 9 here.
Number 9. I can see
Oh,
that.
we did that one
Okay.
already. Okay, never mind. Some of these are repeats. Okay, number 10.
Okay. There is a very high. There is a very high livelihood.
Very good. Likelihood. Okay. Oh boy. I don't know how to spell these. Likelihood. No, that's not right. Hang on. The Y becomes an I. Okay, likelihood. Occasionally this happens. Okay. A word that ends with Y, when we add a suffix, will change to an I in spelling. Okay. There's a very high likelihood. Okay, hood. Another interesting suffix. Every other one is one we already did. Oh, very strange. Hey, Halen. Oh, we did that one too. Hang on. Okay, number 13. Let's try this one, Halen.
Um, What what are we looking for adjective?
Well, let's try to think about that. You need to be a. Okay, we have a determiner, an article a. Highly, adverb, trained, adjective, blank, and then a new phrase that starts with a preposition. Okay, so there's no noun after the article a, so we must be looking for a noun. A highly trained something or somebody. Okay, so they're talking about a person. If we're using you as a subject, you as a human being need to be a highly trained what? What is the noun who is a person? Helen? You there?
Okay, I'm thinking, but I don't know.
Okay. All right. A little help?
Economist.
Economist?
Economist. Okay. Podiatrist, economist. Okay, IST, used to refer to people. Earlier we had IAN, whatever, mathematician, beautician. IST is also used to describe people, nouns, people, and also ER, farmer, barber. These are all used to describe, to create nouns that describe people, a certain kind of person. So, economist. There you go.
I was looking for another sense of that sentence. I don't think in a person, sorry.
Okay. All right. That's all right. All right. Okay, another interesting one here. Carlos, number 15 here.
Okay. She arrived late at work because um, she had like a bad sleep or something like that.
Late at work. She slept late. How do we say that? We're looking. Let me give you a clue. We're looking for a prefix.
Okay.
Not a suffix. Prefix.
She arrived late at work because she had
too much. Too much sleep.
I don't know.
Okay. Can we get some help? Anybody have an idea?
Overslept.
Overslept. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. So we use the prefixes over and under frequently. Over, too much. Under, too little. Overslept, underslept. Overcharged. I was overcharged at the store. Charged too much. Undercharged. Charged too little. I overdid it. Okay, I did too much. All right, so there you go. Okay. Oh, then we had it. Crazy. Ooh, here's a challenging one. Carolina, number 17 here.
He was accused of another word. Falsify.
Oh, very good. Okay. That's very good. You've got the right word, but not quite the right.
Or fake?
No. You've got the right word. Falsify. it has to be a gerund. To falsify, make something false is a verb. But you need a gerund here. Because we already have a main
Okay.
verb who's accused of falsifying documents. That's all. You needed a gerund form of the verb. Okay. All right, Francisco, number 18.
Okay, they had to tranquilize or something.
Excellent. It's got to be a verb. Very good. Not something like that, something exactly like that. They had to tranquilize the line before they could catch it. Again, the IZ ending, very common for verbs. All right. And speaking of verbs, hint, hint, Halen, number 19.
Mm, he needs to regulate the temperature.
Very good. Excellent. Remember talking about this yesterday. Regulate with the full pronunciation. 8. That's it. Excellent job. That is the verb of regular. Regulate. Make it regular. Great. Okay. We already had that one. Another interesting one. Carlos, 21 here.
Okay. There was a 3-hour strike.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 3-hour. Nicholas. 3-hour. What is the meaning of strike in this sentence?
Okay.
Like
No. A strike is when workers are protesting against maybe their salary or lack of health care or working conditions, and so they stop working until the management fixes the problems. That's a strike.
Okay.
So what kind of word are we looking for here? Again, a 3-hour here, this hyphenated adjective, a 3-hour blank. So what are we looking for? Verb, noun, adjective, adverb?
A noun, right?
Got to be a noun. That's right. We're looking for a noun form of stop.
Okay, let me see. Okay, noun. I don't know.
Stuck? Anybody in class? Anybody have an idea? This is a tough one. No? Okay. Maybe you guys are not familiar with this suffix. A stoppage. All right. There's a 3-hour stoppage. Okay. Frequently a work stoppage. But okay, this AGE suffix is a little bit of an unusual one. It's usually used to, it's always used to create a noun, but it's a little bit unusual because it's a noun directly related to a verb, but okay. Carolina, oh, we already did that one. Okay. 23.
I tried not to go to the supermarket at 5 p.m. because it's practicity. Practicity?
No. Okay. Okay, you've got a lot going on here. You try not to go to the supermarket. It's not a good idea to go at 5 p.m. because I don't know if you ever been to the supermarket at 5 p.m., but it's extremely crowded with people. It's not a good idea. So we want to take a word and make it negative. If you remember our first exercise, we did that by adding a prefix. But we
Practice?
also need to create an adjective form. Not quite. This is another very challenging one. Anybody have an idea what this might be?
It could be impracticable.
It definitely could be impractical. Can't remember it's impractical with one M or two M's. Impractical. No, not two M's. Nope, one M. Impractical. Yes. So, all right, practical means it's a good idea. Making it negative in the front. And creating negative or positive is done with prefixes in the front of the word. Okay, Francisco, number 24.
It's very economic to run air conditioning with the door open.
It is. You're telling me it's a good idea to leave the doors wide open on a hot summer day and run the air conditioning.
Yeah, economic.
Okay. Wait a minute. Think about this. You're going to turn on the air conditioning and open all the doors and windows. Good idea or bad idea?
Bad idea.
Very bad idea. Yeah, you want to just throw your money away, you can send it to me.
Okay, an economy.
Okay. Okay, we're off to a brilliant start. Uneconomic. Uneconomic.
Uneconomic, okay.
We really need to make it an adjective. So I'm going to add AL. Uneconomical.
Okay.
All right. Got it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Halen. 25 here. Okay, we need to make it.
He's arriving. His arriving has been expected for the last half an hour.
Okay. I'm glad you did that. This is a very common mistake, is to add an ing suffix to create a noun, thinking that you're creating the gerund, because gerunds are they function as nouns. They basically are nouns when we have a gerund verb to show the idea of an action. I like fishing. All right, that's a gerund noun. That's really not considered as adding a suffix to change the word form. It's still a verb. It's just a gerund verb. It functions as a noun. Okay, people do this all the time, but it doesn't always work. When does it not work? Sometimes it does work. When does it not work? It does not work in exact situations like this. If there is, in fact, a noun form of a word, you should always use the noun form of the word instead of using a gerund. Very practical, useful advice I'm giving you right here. This is a very, very common mistake. It's a little bit higher level mistake, but you can avoid it by always just thinking that way. If there's another form that's a noun, you should always use the other form instead of using the gerund. Gerunds are actually last resort. You only want to use a gerund if there's not another word form. Okay, so thank you for helping me make that very important teaching point. So, his arrival would be correct.
Okay.
Saying his arriving, it sounds very strange. It does not sound right if there is another form. Okay, Carlos, number 26 here. Carlos, are you there?
Okay, sorry. She looked at her reflection in the mirror.
Her reflection in the mirror. Yes. Okay. To reflect, again with the ION, changing a verb to a noun. This is a very common thing in English. All right. Carolina, 27.
I told him my plan, but he wasn't very oh, res-
Mm-hmm.
reasonable? No.
No.
Oh, recessive?
Recessive. That's a different word altogether. This is a tough one here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We're trying to get an adjective. I think that's what you're trying to do. Anybody have any idea? He wasn't very
Receivable, sure.
receivable. No.
No.
You're getting closer. That was closer. A lot closer. Okay. It wasn't very
Respectable? No.
You're very close, but you're on the right track, but wrong suffix. Getting closer. Receptive.
Receptive. Oh.
Yes. Okay. Notice the negative wasn't receptive. You could just as easily say he instead of saying he wasn't receptive, you could say he was unreceptive. It makes no difference when you have that option of adding a prefix and making a negative. By the way, it's totally optional if you want to use not. Okay. Not wrapped or unwrapped. It doesn't make any difference as far as meaning, intention. There's whatever. It's totally your choice. So it's no big deal either way. When you have that option, do whatever you feel like. Okay, we are definitely out of time. Shoot, I'm over time again. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you learned some useful suffixes or word forms. Thanks a lot, and see you guys again soon. Bye for now.